So firstly, David, a draw against Accrington Stanley on Saturday afternoon. What's your thoughts on what was a bit of a frustrating afternoon?
Yeah, 2 points dropped. All the data metrics back up that opinion as well. So the objective data backs up not just mine but the rest of the staff's opinion and the lads. Remember the debrief Monday morning. They were obviously disappointed, but then I think we're still unbeaten. I said to them, look, don't get in the mindset of settling for a draw just to remain unbeaten. But then at the same time, on the flip side of that same coin, that shows how far we come when we're only picking up a point away from home. So we've played better this season, but we didn't take our chances. We created still lots and lots of chances, and on another day, you end up winning that game 2 or 3-0. So the pleasing thing was the ingredients were still there. We didn't just make them into a nice fluffy cake, if you like. So when that underlying performance is there, and it was for 60-65 minutes until we sort of resorted to their way of playing, and credit to them for making us do that. It wasn't by design, obviously. You have to give them a bit of credit. But we shouldn't have fallen into that trap, and the game should have been done by that point even. So lessons to be learned, as there always is. But we remain unbeaten. 7 points in a week, as I said after the game. But we could have made it a really good week.
And looking at Jay's Cabia specifically, obviously he had a fantastic start to the season, but he missed that penalty, and it's the second penalty miss of the season. How is he on a personal level? Because it can be a lonely place, can't it?
Yeah, look, if any of the fans that have spoke to Jay's yet, they will see that he's a bubbly, effervescent character. It's going to take a lot more than a couple of penalty misses to get him down. Especially, has he scored 4 already? His first 5-6 games in league football, and he's already scored 4. I'm pretty certain he's not going to worry about a miss or 2. He had a chance from a free kick that the keeper's pulled off a miraculous save from in front of the away following, the tremendous away following. To score even more, is it the post at Walsall? He's had other chances, the penalties and stuff. So he's doing terrific for us. He's doing great for us. So any very, very minor setbacks like that, like I say, he's a really bubbly lad, a terrific personality, and he believed in himself to create and score goals. I spoke to him on Monday morning, on Monday afternoon it was actually, but yeah, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. There's no worries there.
Like you say, obviously a big positive is that we remain unbeaten. I mean, it's so important, isn't it, for the mentality going into a big game like Manchester United to be sort of unbeaten so far.
Yeah, I think I'd like to think form's going to ring true tomorrow night. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm hopeful, obviously. And I'd much rather be going into it unbeaten than having not won. That's for sure. So yeah, look, 6 games in, if you include the first round, and we haven't lost yet, so that's a really decent little start. Let's see where we are after 10 games and 15 games, because that's when the league starts to take shape. We said the same last year, and we've got to say the same this year, because that is true. So we're going okay. We've made an okay start without being all guns blazing and top of our game, and we've got another 41 games to go, and that's a long way. So we'll keep working hard, keep getting better, and hopefully remain unbeaten for as long as we can.
And looking at the squad in general, obviously we know Zach Gilson and Jason Van Thorsen are on their way back. I mean, how are they coping, and where are they in their stage of rehab?
Well, I think you can imagine that all the players are absolutely itching to get back fit and back in the team. All of them are. There's 2 or 3 of them are slightly ahead of schedule, and because they're working that hard, and Mother Nature helps. When everything's rosy, them endorphins do make a difference. We've no idea as in how long, how many days they take off. It might only be 2 or 3, but it's enough. So they're all working extremely hard to get back in the team, because they know we're in a good place as a football club and as a team, and we've got to maintain them levels and keep pushing to get better for as long as we can.
And now looking at Manchester United, you went to watch them in Fulham on Sunday. What did you make of them, and what do you expect?
A good team. You know, I keep hearing this rhetoric about Man United being a rubbish team or that. It's a lot of casualty you'll hear. Full of international players, got a top class coach. It's Manchester United. They need no introduction. Everyone's heard of Manchester United all over the world. So, you know, they're going to be a good team, filled with excellent quality players, whatever team the manager chooses to pick. However, we're also a good team. For our level, we're a good team. We respect them, of course, like we respect any other team. But we don't fear anyone either. Now, that's not... I don't want anyone to think that's sort of like fighting talk. But that's our mantra. That's our beliefs. We've got to stick to what we are. We've got to be authentic to what we are. And give it a right good go. And that's the order of the game. You know, don't... I said to someone earlier, I don't want this to be the pinnacle for any of the players. I want it to be a platform. I want them to understand that this is where they want to be. This is the challenge to get to this level. And then we'll see where we get to. You know, it's the first time in, 7 years this football club's played Manchester United. It's fantastic for the town, the football club obviously, the whole community. I'm pretty certain there'll be businesses up and down Cleethorpes Road rubbing their hands together that we drew Man United and local hostelries and such like. And that's what we try and do. We're trying to help the whole community, you know, regrow, if you like, with green energy. And I don't want to sort of get too philosophical about it, but we're trying to make the whole area proud once again, because it's had some tough times in the last sort of 25 years. And this football club is no different. So we're trying to, you know, make a lot of people proud. And, you know, tomorrow night, win, lose or draw, you know, we're on the big stage for the first time in a while. You know, the biggest, or if not one of the biggest clubs in the whole world. It's coming to our little garden, and we've got to make it as hostile as we can, both on and off the pitch, and try and apply as much pressure as we can and see where we get to.
And you mentioned about it being a hostile place. I mean, you've come here formerly as a player, and you've spoken to me before about how it can be a really intimidating place to come. And I'm sure you're hoping we can just encourage our supporters to make it a really fiery atmosphere.
Yeah, I've been manager 18 months ago. It's not always rosy. Look, the fans have been magnificent. You know, back half of last season, that you can tell the tide was turning. More believers, more getting on board. The Wimbledon last game of last season was fantastic. The fans this year, home and away, not just away last year, they were excellent. This season, home and away, you know, we took over 1,000 to Accrington, sold out Harrogate. But the home games, you know, if you speak to any of the players, they'll tell you the same. They've been magnificent. You know, we've conceded at home, I think, twice. Within 20 seconds, the whole crowd's singing a song. Unbelievable response. It goes a long way. And it makes you go, right, okay, yeah, we've took one on the chin, let's go, come on, we're still us, let's go. You know, yeah, they've caught us, but we're either still winning or still in this or whatever it might be. And they're going to play a part tomorrow night and for the next 25 home games or however many we've got left. So we're all in it together. We've said, you know, I've said that from day one. There might have been a few disbelievers early on, but I think more and more, and the more they see the team and the lads and what they're doing and how hard they're working and the progression, you know, sort of on the pitch that they're showing, I think there's more and more people that are actually going, yeah, okay. And that's why a club like Manchester United is rolling into town, because we've earned our place here. We've earned our place in this fixture, and we've got to make the most of it.
Fantastic. Thank you, David.
Thank you.